Welcome back. This is the story, The Rain Came Down by David Shannon. I love the pictures in this book. On Saturday morning, the rain came down. It made the chickens squawk. The cat yowled at the chickens, and the dog barked at the cat. And still the rain came down. The man yelled at the dog and woke up the baby. "Stop all that yelling!" shouted the man's wife. The dog barked louder, and still the rain came down. A policeman heard the noise and stopped to see what was wrong. His car was blocking traffic, and half a block away, a woman squirmed in the back of a taxi. "Hurry up or I'll miss my plane," she told the taxi driver. So he started honking the horn. The truck driver in front of him got mad and started honking back. "I have tomatoes to deliver," he shouted. The ice cream man heard the honking and turned up the music on his van. Dingle-a-dingle went his music, slap-a-da-slap went his windshield wipers, and still the rain came down. The owner of the beauty parlor came out to see what all the fuss was about. She bumped into the barber coming out of his barber shop, and they began to argue. Up on his ladder, the painter grumbled, "I can't paint in the rain." He started to climb down and bonked the barber in the head with his can of paint. Now all three of them were arguing. Next, the baker stepped out of his bakery. "My roof is leaking and my cakes are getting wet," he moaned. He opened his umbrella and poked the pizza man in the nose. So they joined the bickering too. A boy ran by, chasing a small boat down the stream in the gutter. He splashed the little girl and she began to cry. And still the rain came down. There's a lot of cause and effect in this book, huh? One thing happens, causes something else to happen. The grocery man stomped out onto the sidewalk and yelled, "Where is that delivery truck? I need my tomatoes." He ran into a lady coming out of the clothing store and knocked her boxes into his fruit stand. Oranges, apples, and lemons bounced down the sidewalk. And still the rain came down. The policeman walked back to his car. "What is all this ruckus about?" he asked. The whole block was honking, yelling, bickering, and barking. And then the rain stopped. And so did the noise. The sun came out, and the air smelled fresh and sweet. Everything shimmered, and a rainbow stretched across the rooftops. "It's much too nice a day to be arguing," said the baker. "I have cakes to bake." And I have pizzas to make, said the pizza man. I could use a shave while my building dries, said the painter to the barber. Then they went inside. The policeman said, everything looks a-okay here to me. And he drove off in his car. The woman in the taxi decided to have her hair done before her trip, and she went into the beauty parlor. So the lady with the boxes got into the taxi and went home. The truck driver told the grocer, I have your tomatoes. Wonderful, said the grocer, but first I have to pick up this fruit. The little girl and boy helped him, so he bought them ice cream cones, and the ice cream man gave them each an extra scoop because it was such a nice day. Then the man, his wife, and their baby had a picnic together in the backyard, while the dog, the cat, and the chickens slept in the warm afternoon sun. The rain came down. So we're going to follow that up. That's just a funny story about rain, but this is the book I really want to talk about today, Follow a Raindrop by Elsie Ward. Have you ever watched a raindrop wiggle down a window pane? A rainy day can make you wonder, where does rain come from? Where does it go? Follow a raindrop and find out. And it says, hi, I'm a raindrop. Hi, I'm a kid. The story of a raindrop begins here in the ocean. Rain falls out of clouds and into the ocean. The ocean holds billions and billions of raindrops, more than anyone could ever count. And here, hi, I'm a raindrop. Hi, I'm a fish. But there are billions and billions of raindrops. But all of the rain doesn't stay in the ocean. The sun comes out and starts to shine. It heats up the water in the ocean. It says, whoa, am I ever hot? So remember, the water's in the ocean. The sun comes out and heats it up. Then something amazing happens. Some of the water seems to disappear. Heat from the sun has turned the liquid water into water vapor. This change is called evaporation. So he says, now you see me, now you don't. So remember, it was in the water, was in the ocean. The sun came down and it heated it, and now it's causing it to go up into the air, and we call that evaporation. Water vapor is a gas that goes into the air. You can't see the vapor or touch it, but it's all around you. The wind carries the water vapor up into the sky. And you can sort of see, he says, yoo-hoo, here I am. Okay, so the water evaporates out of the ocean, goes up into the air. Way up high, the air is cold. The cold air turns the water vapor into tiny droplets of water. This is called condensation. The droplets float together to make a cloud. So remember, we couldn't see him when he was water vapor, but he says, I'm back. Wisps and curls, heaps and puffs, clouds come in all shapes and sizes. Which of these clouds have you seen? And we talked about cirrus, cumulus, and stratus clouds. Right? So the sun heats up the water in the ocean, it evaporates up into the sky, but then it reaches the cooler air up above, and now it condenses. Condensation happens, and it becomes a water droplet again. As more water vapor cools off, more droplets form. Now the cloud is packed full of water droplets. The droplets begin to bump into one another. They join and grow bigger and bigger. So they're saying, hey, watch where you're going. Oops, pardon me. No, pardon me. Soon the droplets are too heavy to float in the air. They begin to fall from the thick, dark cloud. Look, it's raining. He says, here I come, look out below. Pit, pat, split, splat. The rain makes music on rooftops and puddles on sidewalks. It waters trees and grass and flowers. It fills rivers and lakes and oceans. So here's a joke. What falls down but never gets hurt? A raindrop. Ha ha ha, hee hee. And over here it says, if it's very cold, the water droplets in clouds freeze into ice crystals. The crystals stick together to form snowflakes. Then snow falls instead of rain. After a while, the rain stops and the sun peeks out. Can you guess what happens next? The sunshine heats up the water in puddles and rivers, lakes, and oceans. It turns the rain back into water vapor. It says, uh-oh, here we go again. The water vapor rises up into the sky again. This vapor will cool into droplets and form new clouds. In time, these clouds will make more rain. Then the whole cycle will begin again. So long for now. Bye. See you soon. In fact, no new rain is ever made. The rain bouncing off your umbrella today has fallen to earth billions of times before. Maybe it drizzled on the dinosaurs or on George Washington's head. And it says, rain, rain, go away. I should have brought an umbrella. And that same rain will fall to earth billions of times again. It may splash against the window of your great-great-grandchildren or shower down on people living far off in the future. Great-great-Grammy, what makes it rain? Well, the story of rain begins in the ocean. And then over here, what a beautiful day. I just love the rain. So the next time you watch a raindrop wiggle down a window pane, think of all the places it's been. Imagine all the places it will go. And remember that before too long, you just may see it again. Hi, remember me? Of course. Nice of you to drop in. So that explains the water cycle. Follow a raindrop, the water cycle. So I sent you this little picture of the water cycle. You need to have a blue crayon or a blue colored pencil. So if you need to pause to go get it, quickly go grab it. Okay? So it says, the water cycle. The hot sun makes water change into water vapor. The water vapor goes up into the sky and makes clouds. Wind blows the clouds over the land. The clouds meet cool air. The water vapor changes back into water drops and falls to the earth as rain. Color the water blue. Okay, So I want you to take your blue colored pencil, your blue crayon, and you're going to color. See where this line is? This is all water. So this is all water around the boat, all over here. Then you want to, with your blue colored pencil, your blue crayon, you want to color these lines. Okay? And then we're going to put a little water in our clouds because there's water in clouds. Now this one, you're going to color this more because there's a lot of water in there. That's why it's dark. All I have is a marker. I forgot to get crayons when I went to school again. So you do better quality coloring than what I'm doing, please. And then, of course, you're going to color the raindrops. And this is all water in the middle of this. It's coming down the mountain. Okay? So you have colored the lines. You put a little water in the cloud. You colored this cloud. You colored this. And then you're going to color all of this blue. Now we're going to add some words. We're going to add the 3 words for our water cycle. So I'm going to show you where you're going to write it, but I'm going to write it big over here so you can see. So the first one, do you remember what happens when the sun heats the water and it goes up into the sky? What we call that? We call that evaporation. So you're going to write this right here. Now, I'm going to write on a diagonal from right here at the top of the water to that cloud. I'm going to write evaporation. Remember, I write much smaller than you do, so you're going to have to really take your time. Uh-oh, Mrs. Brad's writing on her board. Okay, ready? So it's E-V-A-P-O-R-A, and you know, shun is T-I-O-N. E-vap-or-a-shun. And you're going to write it right up there on the diagonal. If you need longer than I'm giving you, you know to hit pause. Okay? The next one we're going to write it right over the clouds. And we're writing condensation. Okay? So you're writing C-O-N, con, den, D-E-N, say, and that shun again. So evaporation goes up at a diagonal. Condensation goes across the top. Oh, I think I'm going to use the line to write the next one. I'm going to turn my paper sideways, and right where the cloud is, I'm going to write precipitate. Whoop, I just wrote on my board. Shun. So do you see how I turned that sideways? And it's Precipitation. Woof! Precipitation. Lots of letters, but I want you to see where I wrote them. So evaporation, diagonally up, then condensation across the top, and precipitation. So what I want you to understand is The sun beats down on the ocean, lakes, streams. The water evaporates into the sky. When it gets up into the cooler air, it condenses into clouds and condensation occurs. And then when we get too many droplets into the clouds and it can't hold them anymore, it falls as precipitation. So we have evaporation, condensation, precipitation. So if you need to pause this right here to finish it, please do. And the words are written right here: evaporation, condensation, precipitation. But this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to use this tomorrow, so hang on to it, okay? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.